So, you're looking to get a job in technology, or maybe you're just exploring your options, or hey, you just want to seriously level up your skills. Well, today we're going to dive into an incredibly powerful tool that puts a full-on networking lab right on your computer. It's called Cisco Packet Tracer.
All right, let's just start with a big question, shall we? What if you could actually see inside a network? I don't mean just use it. I mean really watch how data packets zip from one device to another and understand exactly what's happening under the hood.
You know, for the longest time, getting real, hands-on experience building networks was, well, it was tough. It meant you had to get your hands on expensive, physical hardware, routers, switches, servers, and that's a massive barrier for anyone who's just starting out. But that is the exact problem that Packet Tracer was built to solve.
So what is this thing? Well, to put it simply, Cisco Packet Tracer is a free network simulation tool. Think of it like a virtual lab environment where you can build, you can configure, and you can troubleshoot entire networks. You can even experiment with IoT and cybersecurity, and you can do it all without needing a single piece of physical gear.
It really is your own personal skills lab. It lets you practice real-world network building right on your computer. Doesn't matter if it's Windows, Mac, or Linux. You can gain incredibly valuable experience for your career without that expensive hardware. And maybe the best part of all? It is completely, 100% absolutely free.
Okay, so let's get into it. A hardware-free lab sounds great, right? But what can you actually do in there?
At its very core, it's all about one thing: simulation. And this isn't just some diagramming tool, okay? It's designed to simulate real networks with a really high degree of accuracy, so you can see exactly how your designs and your configurations would behave out there in the real world.
And what you can build is, well, it's huge. You can start with a totally blank screen and build a super complex network from scratch. Or if you're just starting out, you can explore the pre-built sample networks to see how things tick. You can configure wireless devices. You can even build and program smart home stuff like a thermostat or lawn sprinklers. And here is where it gets really, really cool. You can then watch the data flow across your entire creation in real time.
So, you're ready to start building? Let's get familiar with the virtual workspace itself, because understanding how Packet Tracer shows you a network is pretty key to using it well.
So, Packet Tracer gives you two totally different ways to see your network. First, you've got logical mode. Think of this as the blueprint. It shows you how all the devices are connected and how the data is supposed to flow. Then you have physical mode. This shows you how those devices are actually laid out in a room, how they're mounted in equipment racks, and how the cables are physically run. It's the difference between the plan and the reality.
You also have two ways to run your network. In real-time mode, everything just happens, just like it would in the real world. But the real magic, especially for learning, is in simulation mode. Here you become the master of time. You can pause the whole network, you can step through events one by one, and you can follow a single data packet on its journey, inspecting everything about it along the way. It's like having network X-ray vision.
All right, that's enough theory. It is time to get our hands dirty and actually build our first network. And you'll see, it is surprisingly easy to get started.
Let's say we want to build a simple home network. It really just breaks down into 4 simple steps. 1, you choose your devices from the menu down at the bottom. 2, you just click and drag them right onto the workspace. 3, you connect them with cables. You can even let the automatic tool pick the right one for you. And finally, 4, you configure the devices.
Now, when you click on a device to configure it, you get a few different tabs. The physical tab lets you mess with the virtual hardware itself. You can literally power it off, pull a network card out of a laptop, and slot in a wireless one. The config tab is a friendly interface for basic settings, but here's the cool part. As you make changes, it shows you the command line equivalent. And that leads right to the CLI tab, where you can practice using the real Cisco command line, an absolutely essential skill for any networking pro.
So, Packet Tracer is an amazing sandbox, a great place to play around, but it's also a powerful, structured learning and assessment tool. This is where something called Packet Tracer Tutored Activities, or PTTAs, come in. These are special files designed to guide you through a task. The software has this built-in intelligent tutor system that gives you hints and feedback. It's almost like having an instructor looking right over your shoulder.
And these activities are packed with features to help you learn. You can adjust the hint level from no hints at all for a real challenge, all the way up to getting every hint you need. You get that satisfying green check mark as you complete each step on the checklist, and your completion percentage tracks you in real time. It is a fantastic way to learn by doing, with just the right amount of help.
This is why it's good to know what kind of file you're opening up.
A standard .pkt file is your basic sandbox network. A .pka file is an activity, usually a scored assignment. And that special .pkSZ file type, that's a tutored activity, the one with the full hinting system built right in.
And you should know, this isn't just for practice. Because it's such a robust simulation, Packet Tracer is actually integrated directly into formal assessments. You might find yourself launching a Packet Tracer activity from inside a quiz or even a final exam to configure a network and prove that you've mastered the skills.
So there you have it, a complete, powerful, and totally free networking lab that runs on your own computer, ready to take you from a curious beginner to a confident pro. The only question left is, now that this lab is yours, what are you going to build first?